Good morning, everyone. I am JT Siskowski reporting on the south side of Minneapolis for Status Quo in conjunction with the Midas Touch Network. We are near the intersection of 26th Street and Nicole here on Minneapolis' south side, where a crowd of protesters has gathered and started building this barricade across the road. While just here, off to the side, John, if you can take and show that, we're seeing state authorities, state and local police taking up positions here, blocking these protesters from that intersection because of, I want to emphasize here that nothing is confirmed yet, but because news is circulating among the activist community here in Minneapolis that federal immigration agents shot another person. This is separate from Renee Good's shooting earlier this month. A new shooting today is the rumor that is circulating among the activist community. I spoke to several people down here, none of whom were on scene for the alleged incident when it happened, but some people who did confirm for me that an ambulance was here on scene, which has since departed. Behind these local authorities that you see there with the yellow sleeves, beyond them is federal immigration enforcement agents who were firing tear gas into this crowd not a few minutes ago. John and I have already been around to 3 different sides of this intersection, and the crowd of protesters has only grown in that time. Right now leading chants of whose streets? Our streets. This was a city that was already on edge, that some people down here had described to me as feeling backed into a corner by the federal immigration presence. 3,000 plus agents here in the city of Minneapolis and its surrounding communities. And just yesterday, of course, this city and this region, this state of Minnesota, held a one-day general strike where we saw tens of thousands of people demonstrating in the streets, calling for ICE to leave their communities. And for many of the people we spoke to in the streets yesterday, they cited Renee Good's killing as a prime reason for concern for their own safety and that of their neighbors. And you can see there, I think John is zooming in on some of the federal agencies who are down there. They're the ones not in the yellow sleeves in the foreground, but they are rather the ones in the back there in the more drab green. Many of whom, of course, wearing face masks, etc. I'll note that the local authorities who are here have donned riot control gear. They're wearing gas masks and face masks, etc. And much like yesterday, it is bitterly cold out here this morning. It is below zero right now, which is, of course, going to have its own physical toll that it's going to take on everyone down here, including us as we try to report on this. Yesterday we had technical difficulties driven in large part by the cold. So if you see our signal go out on occasion, just know that we will work to bring it back as soon as possible.
No fascist USA! No ICE! No KKK! No fascist USA! No ICE! No KKK! No fascist USA! No ICE! No fascist USA! Say it once and say it twice. We will not put up with that. Say it once and say it twice. We will not put up with that. Say it once and say it twice.
I'll note that there is a video circulating on social media that purports to show the shooting in question.
Say it once and say it twice. Say it once and say it twice.
that shooting, or that video shows a number of federal immigration agents wrestling a man to the ground, and then during that wrestling to the ground, as the man is being wrestled to the ground, agents, it looks like, it appears, shoots the man several times. But again, I want to stress that there is nothing confirmed from officials at this point, nor have I spoken to any eyewitnesses down here as of yet. So I want to be very careful about what we put out here. In these moments, it can become tempting to offer, breathless coverage of what is happening out here, but I want to take this moment to just, breathe and be very careful about, what we know to be true in this moment. Which, what we know to be true is what we can see here, is that there is a large presence of immigration enforcement agents here at the intersection of Nicolay and 26th. And then, of course, a large group of protesters who have gathered around this intersection, erecting barricades across the roads and chanting, "ICE out now."
ICE out now! 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 ICE out now!
John, I want to move back over there for just a moment. I want to get a little bit more geared up here for the cold. John and I are pulling ourselves off to the side for just a moment in our rush to get down here. While we are outfitted in a lot of our cold weather gear, there's certainly more I could be wearing here. So I just want to take a moment here to try and protect my own face, and also maybe get gas mask ready or my respirator ready in case there is more tear gas that is deployed down here. As I said, just before we went live, federal agents were deploying tear gas down here.
Ice out now! Ice out now! Ice out now! People united will never be defeated! Ice out now! 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 Ice out now!
And as the minutes pass, the crowd of protesters grows. It's hard for me to get a real sense for the number of immigration agents who are either arriving. Well, it looks like a greater concentration to me now standing in that intersection at 26th and Nicolay than were earlier. It's hard to say if those are just agents who are already here on the scene or if more are arriving. But those local authorities there in the yellow sleeves that you see in the high-vis jackets, those are recent arrivals. Since John and I arrived here on scene, they pulled up, and at first protesters were worried that they were about to be kettled in the street, meaning surrounded by authorities. But it seems like those local authorities, and I'm not sure if they're Minnesota State Police or Hennepin County Sheriff's Office or Minneapolis Police. With John's zoom on the camera, you might be able to have a better sense of what unit they're with than I can tell from where I'm standing.
Ice out now! Ice out now!
But those local authorities kind of taking up, and this is something that John and I have seen as a pattern. Certainly what we saw when we were reporting down in Chicago. We just heard a rather loud bang here that is prompting some of the federal agents to move. And it looks like it's more tear gas that's being deployed around on the other side of this intersection. But John and I have been in enough cities now that we can, where the Trump administration has launched these immigration enforcement efforts, or we can report on some of the patterns that are happening here. John is going to put on, we're setting the camera up here for just a moment so that John can put on ice cleats that he has with him, so that way he can keep more sure footing. But in other cities that we have covered here as part of the Trump administration's immigration crackdown, as these rolling immigration raids continue here in the city, continue here in the United States, a pattern we've seen emerge is that local authorities will often step in the way that you're seeing here and act, interpose themselves in between the federal government and the protesters. We're making our way here down an alleyway, trying to get around for another vantage point on some of the action here at 26th and Nicolay on Minneapolis' south side. Just noting they've got looks like crime scene tape, or do not cross police line tape.
You think we're making the right move, please?
No.
No? You want to say on that side?
I think it's a crapshoot. No matter what we go, no matter where we go, we might if we chase the smoke, we'll always arrive a little bit late.
Right. Here you have the buffer of the state police.
Yeah. So I suspect that that's going to be all the way around.
Yeah.
If not already, very soon.
Yeah.
John and I are just debating here about where the best place for us to stand and survey what's happening down here will be. We've already been on 3 sides of this intersection, and we were starting to make our way around to the 4th side, where we had just seen more tear gas deployed. But there's been tear gas deployed all over this area. And so I was just saying to John that, or John was just saying to me rather, that he's observing that there's state police or local authorities who are interposing themselves between the protesters and federal authorities here. And we thought that maybe going around we'd be able to see where federal authorities are still having direct interaction with some of this crowd. But as I just said to John, it's, I think what we're seeing here is that pattern of state, local police interposing themselves between the protesters to act as that buffer between the federal government and between local residents here in the Twin Cities area. And in other cities, that has been a point of great contention. It's been a point of contention because the protesters want to be able to get right up to the federal government and be confrontational and try to make their voices heard, but with their displeasure, make their voices known to these agents that they are not wanted in their communities. But when local police step in like that, it makes it very difficult for them to do so, and oftentimes activists feel that their local leaders are in effect standing with the federal government by providing what is de facto security for them. So just to reset for a moment here, what I want to say is where we are right now is, again, that intersection of 26th and Nicole, where... Hello? Hey, what's up? Yeah, I will. All right, bye.
I'll say what's up.
Hey, thanks.
Were you here when?
Yeah, were you here when the she went
I
down?
just saw it pop up on my freaking news feed, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going. You know, I just drove down here as quick as I could. Ridiculous. The Minneapolis police have to fucking arrest somebody. They can't just let them drive away. And
Would you mind if I interviewed you about that reaction?
Yeah, that's fine.
John, I want to interview him.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. All right, so I am standing here with, how do you want to be identified?
I'm Jeff.
Jeff, you were just telling me off camera here that you weren't here for the initial incident, but we're hearing that someone supposedly has been shot by the federal government again, and you were expressing a desire for action from your local leaders. What is that action you want to see?
The Minneapolis police or the state patrol or the BCA or whoever the hell's in charge need to do something. Let them just walk away.
And speaking of walking away, John, if you could just flip the camera around there just to show what's happening. We're seeing federal agents walking here out of the intersection and advancing north on Nicollet. John, Nicollet, thank you.
Nicollet, yeah.
John and I are going to walk around the side here and try to see exactly where the federal agents are going.
Hey, where y'all headed?
You can see here that a whole crowd of protesters is
Which job?
going. Thank you.
All the way, baby.
You're seeing even more demonstrators now here on the north side of Nicollet. More tear gas being fired off as well into protesters who are now here on the north side of this intersection. John, tear gas canister landed right at our feet here. You see there the authorities moving in to push people back, and you can taste the tear gas on the air even as it billows back into the crowd of police and federal authorities. John and I are moving back here away from the tear gas. You can feel it just. The wind's moving this way. Yeah, the wind is starting to change direction and blow the cloud of tear gas back to where we're standing. If you've never been in tear gas, it agitates your throat and your eyes, makes it difficult to breathe and see.
Where are your goggles? Hotel room. Let's go up here.
Here you see some of those protesters who have gathered right in front of where some of the federal law enforcement is gathered. You see some of those law enforcement, some of them I'm seeing, still have the less than lethal. Some of those law enforcement still have the less than lethal weapons, but oh, there you see pepper spray also being fired into the crowd. Another. Flashbang grenades are going off here in the crowd, and the federal law enforcement are kicking tear gas canisters closer to the protesters. Get inside. John, run right behind us. Keep going back. John, keep coming back now. Yeah, we gotta get out of here. Yeah, people are taking refuge inside the building. John, more.
Okay?
I'm all right. How are you?
All right.
It's fucking bullshit. I just gotta say it. The continuous firing. I'm okay.
Thank you.
I'm okay. Members of the community out here offering water to everybody who's being directly affected by the tear gas that's being fired there is not being fired by the local law enforcement. It's being fired by the federal government who are standing behind that local law enforcement presence.
They're moving this way.
And they tear gas people who have come out to directly protest their presence here in the Twin Cities area.
All right, I gotta tie my shoe.
Yeah, do that.
Keep an eye on things.
Yep. You can see John and I just then in that scene. What are we doing? We're continuously walking backward, as is all of the protesters, as that tear gas is being fired. But even that backing up of the protesters still merits, apparently, the federal government to fire even more and more tear gas into that crowd. You heard there's somebody in the crowd yelling out, "Fucking murderers" at the federal government.
Yo, if you don't have, you should get your mask on now.
Yeah, I would want to.
Yeah, do that. Put your stuff down on the ledge, son. Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna put it over here.
Guys,
All right, guys, we're just waiting for JT to get his mask on and his helmet. Yeah, guys, you got the feds fucking creating war zones in the streets of Minneapolis. This is what they're doing. This has nothing to do with safety.
As I think John was probably just describing to you there, I had paused for just a moment to put on my respirator, anticipating even more tear gas being deployed out here. So I want to take a moment here. If you've just joined us, we're at the intersection of Nicollet and 26th here on Minneapolis' south side, where it is, where not been able to confirm, but that the federal government shot another person. There's video circulating on social media right now that shows federal agents, a group of them, wrestling a man to the ground, and as he is laying on the ground, an agent shoots him, it seems like maybe several times. And then there are people, the people recording the video are screaming out in horror at what they're seeing. So that video is making the rounds. The news of this shooting is making the rounds of this supposed shooting is making the rounds here in the activist community. And it's prompting this response from a city that has already lost Renee Good, a mother who was shot and killed several blocks from where we're standing, but also here on Minneapolis' south side, who was taken from this city. And already so many conversations that we have had with people here in this community over the last several months, or over the last several weeks since her shooting, talking about how can the city be made whole. Of course it can't when it loses one member. And now another person supposedly shot by the federal government. And even just the news of that circulating in group chats and other forms that activists are using to communicate, and this video on social media is enough to spark this city to renewed action and renewed resistance against the Trump administration. John and I are seeing some activity here on the south side of the intersection. So we're just making our way that way now. I think it would be a good idea to circle around here, John, and get the full 360 view.
Let's move, everybody's moving.
I can taste tear gas on the air here as we move to the south, and I'm seeing some plumes of smoke here again. You hear those booms that are likely flashbang grenades going off. I gotta stay here.
You're all a mess.
You're looking here into the intersection of Nicolette and 27th, where federal agents are firing off more tear gas canisters and what sounds like flashbang grenades.
You okay to move?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, let's go. Don't send mail, say off this up.
Fucking shoot people for no reason. Fucking kill them. Fucking shoot them all fucking time. Fuck these motherfuckers. Fuck them. Fuck you. Fuck you guys.
You actually liked him?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
You fucking losers. They're supporting people.
Hold this.
Got it.
Are you serious? God, you guys just
And more tear gas canisters were just deployed, including right at our feet there. Actually, that was a flashbang grenades, and there are agents who are spraying out pepper spray.
You little bitches and cowards! You can't do shit without your little guns!
John, let's pull back here.
What do we have? We don't want you to leave!
Gas yourselves, you fuck!
Fucking assholes! Fuck these fucking pricks! Fuck them! Fuck them! Fucking issues!
Gas yourselves!
What's the fuck? Put a gun
See there, the agents are firing off
yourselves!
gas, firing off tear gas, firing off pepper spray, firing off flashbang grenade into this crowd just for walking up to them and protesting.
Your mom wished you were stillborn!
What? I can't hear you. Maybe it's just gas. Maybe it's pepper balls, but I can't see it.
Children! It's done! Let go! Masculinity on display! Trump can't save you! Trump cannot pardon you, pussy!
JT.
Yeah, I'm right here.
You should be fucking ashamed of yourself!
John is clambered up onto a snowbank here next to several other press. Being able to offer you a little bit of a higher vantage point here. And again, this is 27th and Nicolette. Where we don't see the same local or state police presence that we did at that last intersection we were just at. You see the authorities there threatening somebody in a high-vis yellow vest with pepper spray. Coming up, pushing the man, pushing him back. More tear gas being fired up. There's a cloud that's now encroaching on where we're standing, and you see more of it. They're fizzling, spraying out into the street. You see there, the federal agents are moving up. It looks like trying to get after one of the protesters.
Nobody has a gun! Nobody has a gun! This is unwarranted! They shot and murdered
JT.
I'm with you.
Cover your eyes. We're about to go through.
See, what I'm watching is just the federal government. Just every time the protesters move up Nicolette, the federal government just fires a new round of flashbang grenades and tear gas canisters, seemingly as people
Slowly, aggressively attacking.
Soon as people get within even 100 feet of where the federal agents are standing.
Cover your eyes. Just keep your eyes down. Keep them closed for a while. Alright, let's get out of here. Come on.
Come here. John and I are taking a break from the gas that is just, they fire off so many fucking tear gas canisters down here into the street that it creates not just a little localized plume as will happen when you fire off one, but it creates this massive cloud. And I'm not sure if it comes across on camera, but my eyes are watering, stinging from this tear gas. It just goes to show how imprecise of a weapon it is. They fire it
down the street at protesters, it creates this huge cloud that ends up wafting into everyone, back to their positions where they're standing, into us in the press, into protesters who are standing in a place where the federal agents aren't harassing them, and also into homes and businesses. This is a residential neighborhood. This is a residential neighborhood with a small corridor of business, a little downtown area where we're standing. So don't let the Trump administration try to spin anything that they're doing down here tactic-wise as being in some way targeted. Much like their immigration enforcement efforts, when they use these weapons, it targets everybody. It gets everybody. Just like their immigration net that they are throwing down over this city, over this region right now. They profile everybody. They are not targeting just a few people who are the worst of the worst, as the Trump administration likes to try and spin it. Just like their clouds of tear gas, it envelops everyone, either directly or indirectly.
Okay?
Yeah. And I should point out, John and I are not reporting in some far-flung battlefield or some country that recently was destabilized, its government destabilized in some, we're not foreign correspondents. This is right here in the United States of America. Every round of tear gas that you see fired off here, every squirt of the spray bottle of the pepper spray, that's tax dollars at work. It's a point I try to make every time the federal government does this. It always has the money, it seems. The Trump administration always has the money to victimize its people, its citizens, its constituents. But it never has the money for health care, for education, for things that would actually help people. For tear gas protesters and journalists.
Just regular civilians.
Yeah, just people, by the way. We're watching somebody in a wheelchair who just wheeled up to the federal agents. Cut through the crime scene tape and is now wheeling their way closer to 26th and Nicolette for being stopped by federal agents.
Thank God for that. Take our words, right? Oh, making a paycheck. Absolutely pathetic. Jonah's scared as fuck right now, and you're the one killing. Jonathan's scared as fuck. He's the one here. Need another gun? Don't fucking talk to me, kid. I don't speak it. Shut the fuck up. Don't look at me. Don't look at my fucking eyes. You guys are fucking sad as fuck. We don't like you. Not in this state. We don't like you. Smiling at motherfucker.
Yeah, they're wheeling the man in the wheelchair now across the street, pushing him and trying to make him pass in a certain direction.
Oh, Take that, then, asshole. Race class, bitch. Class class, bitch. That's you. And you. All of y'all. What did I do? I just signed up. You guys online?
Yeah.
Are you guys online? Somebody on the street today. Well, you're mine. Raise up your hands if you understand what I'm at.
You hear that crowd that is gathered here on Nicolette. Those protesters you see there moving up, shouting, "Fuck ICE! Fuck ICE!" You see all of these people coming out and moving up here to the intersection. This is a taste of the rage that we've heard from so many Minnesotans lately. When I ask them how they are processing Renee Good's death in the weeks onwards. Oh, you see them out there spraying pepper spray. Trying to.
Hey! Amateur hour over here!
Look at yourself. Look at yourself.
¡This es lo malo, frente, güey! ¿Qué estás haciendo? ¿Qué estás haciendo? ¡Mírate al espejo, güey!
More tear gas now being thrown onto Nicolette. Some of the protesters trying to throw it back at the federal agents. Sounds like more flashbangs going off as well. You see federal agents moving out on 27th now, running after some of the protesters. Seems like trying to effect an arrest. You see there, they've tackled someone into the ground.
What kind of war zone in our city, boys? Thanks for doing nothing to help anyone. Get out of here. Why? What the fuck? Fucking cowards. Fucking cowards. Look at you. Look at you. This is an American city, dumb fuck.
Federal agents are kicking tear gas into the crowd and have started to pin some of the protesters here in this parking lot.
How do I get out? I don't...
Come here. You can't get out of here. Let's go this way.
Yeah, we can go this way now.
Go this way.
Yeah.
Keep going.
You all right?
No. Hey,
Come on.
anybody got water?
Water? Water here.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Y'all good, Renee?
Ice? I need water.
John and I are shaking off the effects of that tear gas right now. We're out here to be journalists, but we're people first. And there were people who federal agents had trapped in a parking lot there. And we're just absolutely blanketing it with tear gas. There were people who could not see to get out of the parking lot. We brought a couple out and brought them over to where they can get access to water while John and I blink away the effects of the tear gas ourselves. And I'll note that there are people in houses down here who are tossing water bottles out their windows.
Good neighbors.
Yep, good neighbors.
Good neighbors, as people from the crowd are calling out. Dumping water bottles out their windows so people can clear their eyes, wash their faces. Try to better themselves.
What's that? Oh.
Nah, brother, I'm pretty indiscriminately gassing people. Yeah, hell yeah, bro. I'm gonna turn the camera on, you'll see it. I literally, I can see you outside the road.
What's that?
They gas all these people. I was on the down that way.
Oh, thank you.
When did you get down here?
I got down here right after someone got shot. I know this.
So you've been down here for a while now.
Yeah.
Would you mind if I interviewed you just about the action you seen?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't put my mask on.
Yeah. All right, so I'm standing down here with one gentleman who said he arrived shortly after this shooting, which again, we cannot confirm. I have not seen official confirmation of that, but that is the word that is circulating amongst the activist circles here, is that federal government has shot another person here on Minneapolis' south side.
Yeah.
When you arrived here at the scene, what did you see?
So when I got here at the corner, I was actually at a corner north of here, and
This violence that we're seeing here with our own eyes, it's happening right down the street.
something's better than nothing. If you don't want the civilians out in the street protecting ourselves, you got to get out here and do it. But as far as we can tell, nobody's out here protecting.
I don't want to hold you too long, man. Just so you can keep your head on a swivel. Stay safe, all right?
Thanks, guys.
Yep. All right, take care. So I just want to note, John, if you just want to show really quick, they're building another roadblock here. It's the same scene that we saw a block up from where we were standing. But this is what people are doing out here, building up these little roadblocks, little defenses, and taking shelter behind them. We're the local news, daily podcast and newsletter coverage. I would love if one of you guys would come on the show like early next week and we can talk about.
I would do it. We got this guy.
Yeah, I would do it. John Shy, I'll do it.
Yeah, Adam?
Yeah, Adam. John, good answer. JT, yeah. John Thomas. Can you get some contact information? I've got my, yeah, you get your phone. Well, here, I don't want to say it on.
Yeah.
I've got a business card. Let me hand it to you. Okay.
JT, I'll be right here.
Sir, they're also violating your First Amendment rights to free speech and freedom of assembly, okay? But you got to make sure you don't engage physically, all right? James Cook here, feel free to pass my number far and wide, post it on your socials, call our office, call me, let me know. We got other lawyers to represent you pro bono for free if you get arrested, all right? As long as you aren't physically engaging. All right, there you go. Please don't tear up the city. I grew up here too. Oh my gosh, that was wrong.
And I don't want to show it on camera here just to avoid identifying people who live in the neighborhood. But what we just saw play out here behind the camera was that barricade we showed you just a few moments ago. The protesters moved it to the side pretty quickly to allow someone who lives here in the neighborhood to get their car through and out of this area. And they're putting the barricade back into place now.
Keeping my goggles.
Yeah.
They're like frosted.
Yeah. John and I are contending with the elements right now. It's fucking cold out. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's fucking cold. It is below zero. And John's wearing goggles to protect his eyes. And they're frosting over from the condensation inside. So we're trying to give him a moment to clear those off so that he can see and protect himself from the tear gas. And it looks like some kind of riot police have arrived here at this southern intersection as well. And are acting as security, or rather, again, interposing themselves in between the protesters and the immigration agents.
All right, okay, you guys. You guys take it easy.
What? We're moving back down there just to get a little bit of a closer look at these authorities who have moved between the agents and protesters.
You've had 90 years of footage to review. You picked the wrong side, boys. You did the assignment wrong.
These are And they've been completely tear gassed out. Use this massive cloud. This is what I'm talking about. They throw so many canisters that it creates this massive cloud that is wafting throughout this entire neighborhood.
What are you doing? You just shot someone and you're terrorizing us! What more can we take? Fuck you! Stop it! Get the fuck out of here! We come with love! We come with love!
You alright, JT? Good man. I'm Justin from the other night. Over, yeah, just checking in on you, making sure you're
We
good.
are the people! We live here! Join us on the side of love! Stop it!
Governor Walz just amended Trump remove all immigration officials now. Yeah.
We're just getting word here that Governor Tim Walz, the Democratic governor of Minnesota, has just demanded that President Trump remove all immigration enforcement officials from the Twin Cities area now. In response to this scene, to what is happening here in the Twin Cities. But I'll note that it is just a repeated call from the governor, echoing what Mayor Jacob Fry had to say.
Fucking Nazis!
They arrested somebody?
Oh, maybe. Seeing federal authorities leading someone away in handcuffs.
First news I heard today.
Didn't see them get arrested, but apparently they were. We're heading.
Yeah.
We're seeing federal agents. This parking lot that we're standing in are creating a little bit of a perimeter here at the one exit from this parking lot. We see another demonstrator here being led away. Federal agents hanging onto his arms.
Why? You don't know, right? You just follow orders? Sir, yes, sir.
You look scared.
Thank you, Daddy Teddy. You know Daddy Teddy's no longer around? He ran away too because it's too cold in Texas for him.
You look sweet.
Sir, yes, sir. Donald Trump.
Shoot.
Sir, yes, sir. Daddy Trump.
You look
In the ass, please, Daddy.
Gotta go back home, boy.
We're gonna put belt to ass pretty soon. Boy. Yeah. Yeah. You're fucking gay. Yeah. I can tell.
Come
over here.
What? Yeah, you're tough. You're tough, huh? Yeah, you're tough. I can tell you're tough.
Federal agents and the protesters are exchanging words here. Exchanging insults back and forth.
Listen, we're coming back and we'll get you guys up.
took my press badge.
They took it?
Yeah, they took it.
Oh.
I got pushed. I said I'm pressed, and then he was like, show me press badge. He put his body camera on and took a video of it.
Because we usually give a pre-warnings before if there's massive fight or anything, so be here for that, okay?
Yeah.
Hearing there that one of the federal agents just came up and said that they tried to issue, saying that they are trying to issue warnings before they fire the tear gas and to tell us to listen for those, to be aware. But yeah,
Never happened.
we haven't heard any warnings for all of those tear gas deployments that we've experienced so far. Sorry?
If everybody's yelling over us, you won't be able to hear. So.
One agent saying, if everybody's yelling over us, you won't be able to hear.
It's good. You guys can come up.
This is fucked up, man.
You guys have hand warmers? You need hand warmers? Anybody needs some?
What? Federal agent offering hand warmers out to press here.
I wish I recorded that. This was the best shit ever. You did? You have it?
Do you have a face? Good.
Federal agents now pulling back a little bit, pulling back north on Nicolette, excuse me.
How long have you been doing this, man?
Hey, you guys are good to go over there with a tear gas.
Yeah.
Go over here.
John's clambered up on another snowbank here to give a little bit of that higher vantage point for you to be able to see here down the street. And I'll note that what you're seeing here is not the totality of the federal response. All those dozens of agents that you see out here right now, this is just one side. We're on the southern end. We're on the southern end of the federal presence here. There are multiple other sides. I'm hearing tear gas go off. It sounds like to the west.
There's a fire on the other side.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're seeing a plume of smoke coming from the north. Can't be sure as to exactly what it is from as of right now.
Is there a fire over there? I see bright smoke. This side is pretty.
Is that fire or is it just like...
Federal agents have settled in a little bit. I'm seeing them conferring right now, pointing out at various parts of the crowd. This street here is littered with tear gas canisters and flashbang remnants. Protests are growing louder now.
I can't answer. Hey, please, you have to call JT. I can't answer the phone. The guy's dead. They killed the guy they shot is dead. Point to where?
Minneapolis police are now confirming that federal immigration agents did indeed shoot and kill someone down here on the south side of Minneapolis. The second person now in Minneapolis to be shot and killed by the federal government. Put the hand on the inside here below here.
We want to do this safely for you and the community.
Fuck you! Agent! Fuck you! You fucking race trainer! What the fuck? Fuck you! Fuck you!
We're seeing a Bearcat or an armored vehicle rolling in here. In fact, there's a whole convoy of vehicles, 2 armored vehicles, a truck and an SUV. It looks like even more behind that. It's 3 armored vehicles. Even more agents, even more federal officials piled in those vehicles.
So this is going to be an FBI Because you don't think? I don't see
Hey, how's our battery on the water? Does it say EXC?
EXT.
Okay.
Protesters are now chanting, "This is our home." You see all these protesters, some of whom are standing here with their hands raised in a sign of non-violence.
Hold that again. You can hold it right now. I don't know who that is. I'll find them. Thank you.
taking a moment to, again, resettle some gear, be sure that all of our safety equipment's working properly.
Scared to be military.
And it's hard.
Oh yeah. Get more gas, Eddie. I see him.
Amazing pose you do there. You look fucking hard. How are you, bro?
How you doing?
You're being a Nazi. You guys are literal Nazis. Scared. You're getting scared. Yeah, you are. You have to know they run along.
See, the protesters have moved right up here to the edge of this police line tape that's been put up across the intersection. Oh, yeah. Got more flashbangs going off here in the crowd. More tear gas. Yep. With that cloud of tear gas in the... Jesus Christ.
God damn. Go.
See the agents there tackling somebody in the street? They're piling on him and arresting him. Agents telling press to back up. The man is trying to scream out his name.
JT, put the mic up, direct him.
You're gonna have to kill me! I have done nothing at all! I have done nothing at all! I have done nothing at all! My name is Matthew James! Obadiah Allen! I'm a United States citizen! If you kill me on the street!
They just sprayed pepper spray directly into the man's face.
You're gonna kill me! I have done nothing wrong! I have done nothing! I have done nothing wrong! I have done nothing! Matthew James Obadiah Allen! I'm a United States citizen! I have done nothing wrong! They're chaining me, spraying me, and beating me! I have done nothing! No! I'm not gonna let you slave country! I'm not gonna let you slave country! Let me go! I have done nothing! I have done nothing wrong! You shot me walking away with my back to you!
Yeah, in case you can't hear what he's saying, he was shouting out his name. And now he's saying, unzip my jacket, get my passport out of my front pocket.
I was walking away with my passport! Open my passport! I've not assaulted anyone! I have not assaulted anyone! Well, let's go, get him on! Help! Somebody, they will kill me! They will kill me! Welcome back. They will kill me if you let this happen! They will kill me if you let this happen! Stop taking pictures and save my life! Now! Help me! I am going home! Stop! Stop! I will not! I have done nothing wrong! You're gonna kill me! I have done nothing! I am not moving until I have a lawyer! I can't! Please, I can't breathe! I can't! I'm having a tough time breathing! Give me an ambulance!